Well, welcome to our HMR Quick Start class. The best way to get started with the most solid start possible. Called a quick start, so you can get off to the best possible start. This is our HMR binder. When you start the program, you will get this binder. When you open up the binder, first thing you're going to see is there's some a recipe booklet right here. Beautiful recipes in here, all kinds of things to do with the entrees, ways to make shakes, all kinds of directions. Just some really amazing recipes. Ways to make some soups, ways to just enhance your entrees. Lots of great pictures, things to do. It's a really good book. So I encourage you to, when you get your binder, to go open up the recipe book and to peruse through there and find some things that you could look forward to. Yeah. Also in your binder is a HMR food guide that lists all of the ingredients and vitamins and minerals that are in each of the HMR food items. So if you're interested in that, you can see that. And also in your binder is your red book or your food journal. Some good information in here in front. But once you get inside, this will be your journal, your daily, day 1, day 2. That's your journal. We'll go over that in great detail in just a little while. There's also an HMR app that you can download and use. You might want to do that. If you download the HMR app, you get daily tips and just strategies and ideas and just a motivational support. But we here at Milestone really prefer the handwritten method of a journal. Keeping detailed records is really key to your long-term success, especially in the second phase of the program. So once you get to open up your binder, the very first page you're going to see is our class schedule. These are for our in-clinic classes. Once classes get back to normal, this will be kind of our schedule. What you'll see on here is you'll find each of the educators' names, our addresses, our text numbers. We're all avid texters, and then our extensions for calling in. So that's that. Over here you'll see all of our pictures. This is off our Facebook page. We also ask that when you start the program that you, if you are a Facebook person, to go out to the Milestone Phase 1 support page, look us up, and request to become a member. That way you can get motivated with ideas and you can post your success stories, see other success stories, and continue that motivation going. Also questions. Let's say you forget what kind of salad dressing you can use. Well then, hey, what kind of salad dressing can I use? Then they will respond to you on the Facebook page with tons of ideas and strategies. Also, being as that we no longer have our in-clinic classes at the moment, this is a list of our temporary phone classes. So you can see the numbers to dial in right there, and here's our our meeting ID number for Zoom, so you can get in that way. Okay. And then just quick way, the fast, efficient weight loss without getting hungry, to getting all your minimums, all your shakes, all your entrees, all your fruits and vegetables. Make sure you get your minimums in, and if you're hungry, to actually eat more. There you go. And there are some commitments, and if I can get this to turn. Commitments are to get the best success. We ask that you attend your class each week or your phone class each week. Coming to class, attending class is very, very critical. Also, getting a midweek update in, that checking in with your educator halfway through the week is also key. So like my class on Tuesday nights, they check in with me on Fridays before the weekend. That way, I know that they have a strong plan and strategy to get through the weekend. So that's very, very critical. Also, journaling. Journaling is going to be very, very critical to your success, especially in the second phase of the program. So we need you to journal every single thing you're eating with all the little details. And we all want to get up to that. Oh, keep going. We also ask that you get in your minimums of 4 shakes and 2 entrees every single day, and get in at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. We also want you to work towards a minimum of 2,000 calories of exercise per week, mostly through walking. That's how most people get started. But 300 per day or 2,000 per week is your goal. But we realize you're not going to start out there. But you start out slow. I started out with 1 flight of stairs and 2 flights of stairs and 3 flights of stairs. Then I walked a mile, then I walked 2 miles. I started out slow as well. So just start with what you can do, and we'll stretch you to even go a little bit further. Okay. And to lose the most weight, you must stay in the box, in the box, in the box. And to stay in the box, practice more is better. So the goal of phase 1 really is just to lose the most weight, and we do that by staying in the box. There's a quick start line. It shows that those people, I know it's upside down, but it shows that those people who actually do practice more is better, and stay in the box, lose the most weight, and keep it off long term. This graph goes out 8 years. Oh, another sideways chart. Sorry about that. Actually, so the gist of this slide is that those people who actually, when they get hungry, embrace the concept of another shake or entree, actually lose 40% more weight. It's amazing. So they actually those who consume more in-the-box foods, even 30% more calories of in-the-box foods, actually lose 40% more weight. Amazing. So in the box. What is meant by in the box? During the orientation session or information session, you heard us talk about if you're hungry, eat, but it has to be a shake, an entree, a fruit or vegetable. That's your box. Shake, entree, fruit or vegetable. So here's your in-the-box foods. Shakes, any of the shake varieties, entrees, fruits and vegetables. Zero calorie beverages. Coffee and herbal teas are okay. Sugar-free iced tea is okay. Flavored water drinks are okay. And we're going to ask you to, if you're a diet soda person, to cut down your diet soda to no more than 1 per day. And that's not a 44 ouncer, that's a 12 ouncer. So 1 soda per day maximum, diet soda per day maximum. Certain condiments, we're going to ask that you, instead of cooking with oil, that you cook with low sodium broth, fat-free broth. You can saute onions in broth very, very easily. You do not need oil. Oil is the highest calorie food on the planet. Oil is 120 calories per tablespoon, so oil is outside the box. We're going to keep you full on foods that are low in calories, so by using broth to saute your onions and peppers and mushrooms, you can really cut down on a lot of calories. Condiments, fat-free sour cream, like I just had a small baked potato with our chicken enchilada entree, and I was kind of scouring looking for some fat-free sour cream and couldn't find any, but if I'd had a little bit just now, that would have been great. So that would go on a baked potato or some of your entrees. Fat-free sour cream, or actually fat-free Greek yogurt is actually creamier and flavorful, more flavorful than sour cream. Here are some condiments in your you can look at. Salad dressing. We're going to ask that your salad dressing, that your calories per salad dressing are no more than 30 calories per 2 tablespoons. Most of the jars of salad dressing, actually their serving size is 2 tablespoons. You can just look at the back of the jar. You can find them in the grocery section at Kroger's, Walden Farms, Maple Grove. You can find some at Paul's, even Walmart. You can find some. So they're getting better and better. You can also use balsamic vinegar, a little bit of hot sauce. Hot sauce can be problematic because it can be high in oil and can be high in salt. So just be careful of that. Look for the low sodium varieties and low calorie varieties. Herbs, lots of herbs. We have a whole section in the back of this binder on herbs, what you can do. And also for the shakes, sugar-free syrups are allowed as well. So my wife likes to use sugar-free peppermint syrup. She'll put that in her chocolate shake. She loves it. I'm more of an almond fan. I like almond extract in my chocolate shakes. But okay, little butter buds are okay, or little butter spray is okay, but just a couple squirts. And it's okay to use Splenda or stevia or something. On the bars, especially in phase 1, we really don't want you using the bars in the early stages of phase 1. The bars are more of an emergency situation. I'm going to the ball game. I'm going to a concert. I guess none of those are going on for a while, but if that were to be the case, then having a bar with you could really help. I went to a wedding one time. I remember a wedding reception, and after we ate a lot of food before we went, and we loaded up. And then by the time of the wedding, getting there early for all the prep work, and then the hour-long wedding, and then waiting for the groom and bride and groom to get there an hour after the wedding, after the photos, and then all the whatever it was. But 5 hours later, I was still at the wedding, and there wasn't any food there I could eat. I ended up having a bar or two and drinking lots of water, and that actually filled me up. So, emergency situation. Out-of-the-box foods might be anything that's not a shake, an entree, or fruit or vegetable or condiment. So, any kind of meats, beef, chicken, fish, etc., out of the box. Any kind of dairy, milk, eggs, cheese, yogurts, cottage cheese, except for a condiment. You can use yogurt as a condiment. But just eat a yogurt would be out of the box. Grains, any kind of bread, pasta, rice, popcorn, rolls, crackers, chips, muffins, out of the box. Donuts, out of the box. Juice. We would prefer that you do not drink juice. Juice is kind of I could take 2 oranges, I could squeeze out all the juice out of 2 oranges, cut them in half, squeeze them out, boom, boom, and get 120 calories of juice, and then drink that and be hungry for breakfast. Or I could take those same 2 oranges, I could peel them, section them all out. Each orange has about 12 sections to it. So I peel and section those 2 oranges. I have 24 sections. By the time I went down the line and I ate all 24 sections, I would be full. It would also take a lot of time. Alcohol is out of the box. Dried fruits, raisins, and craisins, they've had all the water removed. They are out of the box. Nuts are definitely out of the box. They are 80% fat. And a little shot glass full of nuts, little shot glass full, little handful, is 200 calories. I mean, I could pop 200 calories. Boom. 4 little handfuls, I've just had 800 calories of nuts. 800 calories. That's most of your calories for the day in just 4 little handfuls of nuts. I'm not saying that nuts are necessarily bad for you, but at this point in the program, nuts are outside your box because we're trying to just get the weight. The goal of phase 1 is let's just get the weight off, and we do that by eliminating all the high-calorie options. Oil is out of the box, pizza, hummus, any kind of sweets, candies, chocolate, pies, cakes, cookies, out of the box. Diet soda, I mentioned earlier. And once again, alcohol, as mentioned twice, because alcohol is the issue with alcohol sometimes is you have 1 glass of wine, one glass of bourbon, at least to a second one, and after the second one, what's happened to your inhibitions? Your inhibitions have gone way down, and now you're more prone to eat the nuts and the chips and the crackers on the table. Also, alcohol is considered empty calories. There's 7 calories per gram of alcohol, and it's empty calories. So there's no nutritional value whatsoever. So out of the box. Here's a list of your condiments you can use and how much, like salad dressings and ketchups and whatnot. Soy sauce is listed on here, but even the low sodium variety of soy sauce for me is about 540 milligrams, I believe. And for me, for 1 teaspoon, that's too high in sodium for me. So I would even take soy sauce off this list. Things like avocados, talked about avocados and olives. Olives are very high in sodium. Olives are very high in fat. Avocados are about 75% fat as well. So they are really outside your box. Now, if I were to go out to a restaurant and get a salad, and they were to give me 2 olives and a sliver or 2 of avocado on my salad, I'd go ahead and eat it, but I wouldn't have any more than that. Okay. So some good information there. So, why is it important to meet your minimums? Well, first of all, it's critical to your nutritional safety. It's about 1,300 calories per day. The formula of 4 shakes and 2 entrees and 5 fruits and vegetables gives you your nutritional needs of carbs and proteins. They're balanced perfectly. And that's why it's critical. If you miss out on your shakes and entrees, actually you're not going to lose as much weight. People that miss entrees and shakes come in and they may stay the same or lose only a half a pound, and we look at their charts and we say, oh my gosh, well, you missed 3 entrees this week and you missed 4 shakes. Well, no wonder. Get it in. And funny story is I was asking one of my classes one time, and I said, okay, how many people here have had more than 2 entrees in a day? And a bunch of hands went up. And I said, how many people here have had more than 3 entrees in a day? And one girl in the back of the room, her name Virginia, she raised her hand. She goes, I had 4 entrees one day. I said, and how much weight did she lose? She goes, I lost more weight that week than any other week. So it just goes to show that actually more is better. And and to get off to the best start, we want you to practice more is better. There's that quick start chart again. So those are the folks who stayed right there in the box, in the box, in the box, all the way down. As opposed to saying, well, it was just a cookie, it was just a beer. These people are not going to get all the way there. We talk about physical activity, and so you go out for a walk. How do you calculate the amount of calories you burn during your walk? Well, the best way to do that would be to find your weight. So let's say I weighed 200 pounds, and I went out for a real slow walk. Let's say I'm not very active, and maybe I'm very low intensity. It could be 2 calories per minute. Medium intensity, if I'm walking and I'm at a pretty good pace, I'm breaking a sweat. So at 200 pounds, I'm breaking a sweat walking. It could be 7 calories per minute. My gosh, see a big difference here. And if I were to sprint across the parking lot and try to race somebody and collapse on the ground at the end of 30 seconds, that would be very high intensity. So I don't think anyone in our classes at this time will be at this category. Most of us would be kind of in a medium category. So go out for a good walk, a good brisk walk, breaking a sweat would probably be in this category, 7 calories per minute for 200 pounds. So find where you are, and then in your journal, just write down how long your walk was and what your intensity was and do the math. I need a page turner here. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we talked about your journal. So here is your red book right here. So this is like an exploded page of your red book. So like this page is zoomed in. So imagine that you got your book open now, and it's Tuesday, May 27th. Well, at 7:30 in the morning, I got up. I had a double vanilla shake with frozen berries. That's 2 shakes, 1 fruit. At 8 o'clock, I climbed the stairs at work. I went to the 10th floor. My gosh. 5 minutes times 7 calories at 35 calories. At 9:30, I had an apple. That's a fruit. At noon, I had my turkey chili entree over a baked potato, 1 cup of broccoli, and an orange. I was hungry, so I ended up with 1 entree, 2 vegetables, and a fruit. See? At 12:30, I went out for a 30-minute walk outside. It was a beautiful day like today. I went for 30 minutes at 5 calories per minute. So just kind of calculated out. Okay. Actually, on this pH chart, what I should have said was, when I was in the program, what I did was I actually kind of averaged these out. So if I went for a walk, I would kind of say, well, you know what? I wasn't always there, so I was kind of in the middle. So I kind of averaged it to 5. That's how I did my calories. So that would be like my walk there at 30 minutes times 5, 150. As I go out throughout today, I had a cup of baby carrots for a snack. I had another shake. I had lasagna as an entree and large salad, so 1 entree, 2 vegetables. And then went for another walk around the neighborhood with my wife. And then nighttime, I had a single shake with a peach. Peaches are coming up in season, and so it was a shake and a fruit. So at the end of the day, I've had 4 shakes and 2 entrees, 6 total. I've had 5 vegetables and 4 fruits, 9 total. I've had 335 calories of PA. I was in the box. In other words, I didn't have anything outside the box. And I met my minimums. Yes, I did. So you put the totals right down there. And there's my exercise. Add up all your exercise calories right there. And I met my triple. So I met the goal of 300 calories for the day. Now what you would do is it's kind of sideways. This is taped down. But each day you would kind of write your totals down. So this would be this day's totals. We'll go there, next day's totals, midweek totals, and then next day, so 7 days. There you go. First 3, midweek, 4, 5, 6, 7, and grand total. Hope that helps. And then in your binder is a blank sheet behind this for you to fill in. And we have more sheets in our office you can use. So just fill it in as you go. And always, the first day of your week is always your class day. So if your class is on Tuesday, the first day of your week is on Tuesday, so that way you wrap up on Monday. So when you come to class on Tuesday, you've got totals for the week. We're going to ask you to post these totals that you see on right here at the bottom. You're going to post those on the clipboard. You're going to report those to your educators, and and we're going to look at those and kind of that's how we're going to coach you, because we're looking at your numbers. Here is a list of some common abbreviations or acronyms, and here is your list of vegetables. This is just an abbreviated list of vegetables and fruits. There's many more than this, but basically a fruit or vegetable like broccoli, carrots, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, those are all 1 cup. So like I always ask my clients in classes, make a fist. So they make a fist. I have a big fist, but most ladies' fists are about 1 cup. I say that's 1 cup. So fill your plate up the way you want. Put the right amount of food on there. I want my entree. I want this, some of this, and then take your fist and kind of say, you know what? That looks like about 2.5 vegetables to me. Or that looks like 2 vegetables, or it looks like 3 vegetables. So just kind of go by that. I wouldn't be measuring your vegetables at this point in time. We want you to stay full and satisfied and not starve yourself. Just so fill your plate accordingly and kind of guesstimate 1, 2, 3 on your vegetables. Now there are some exceptions to the 1 cup rule. Beans, for example, beans are 130 calories per cup. So we're going to ask you that so beans are very calorie dense. So like a half cup of beans. So we're going to say that lima beans or black beans, garbanzo beans, pinto beans, a half cup, not very much, would be 1 full serving. But for the same number of calories, you can have a whole pound of broccoli as a half cup of lima beans. So I would tend to gravitate more towards a whole pound of broccoli. But sometimes it's beans are a nice break. But just go light on those. I kind of tend towards corn and peas the same way. Like a half cup serving would count as a vegetable, because they're very high in calories as well. And a baked potato, I would take a baked potato about the size of a light bulb, would be about a a serving, or a small, medium-sized small, not very big, just a small one, would be count as one serving. And lettuce. Lettuce is kind of nutritionally not as dense as other foods like broccoli or spinach. So we're going to count 3 cups of lettuce as one serving of vegetables. We're going to count 2 cups of spinach, 2 big handfuls of spinach will count as one serving of vegetables. And I think that's it. And then fruit. So like a medium orange, medium apple, 1 cup of blueberries, all that would count as like one serving. We also want your ratio of vegetables to be like a 3-to-2 ratio, more than fruit. So 3 vegetables, 2 fruits. Imperatives, we can't say this enough. I mean, you're going to hear it over and over again. You must get in all your minimums. That's your nutritional safety net. So in a week, that would be 28 shakes, 14 entrees, 35 fruits and vegetables at a minimum for 7 days. That's your minimum. It's about 1,200 or 1,300 calories per day. If you miss an item one day, catch up the next day so that you're nutritionally sound for the whole week. We also ask that you purchase at least 14 entrees and 2 canisters of shakes each and every week while you're in phase 1. That way we know you're getting in the minimums. You must also eat often. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. That's critical. We want to fuel that metabolism. And it doesn't really help if you go all day long without eating and all of a sudden you got to eat all that at the end of the day. That's not going to work either. We want you to spread your meals out, breakfast snacks, lunch snack, dinner snack, spread it all out. I actually kind of front load. I actually have more in the beginning and I have less at night. So, we want you to drink at least 64 ounces of water during the day. This excludes the water that's in coffee or the shakes. I was a coffee drinker back in the day. Now I'm a decaf drinker, but my educator asked me to drink a glass of water for every cup of coffee I had. Had a cup of coffee, glass of water. Second cup of coffee, another glass of water, over and above the 64-ounce minimum. We want you to limit your diet sodas to 1 per day. Sometimes I have clients that say, well, Chuck, if I don't get my Diet Mountain Dew in the morning, I'm going to kill someone. I said, well, don't kill someone. Have that one small 12-ounce Diet Mountain Dew, and we're going to wean you off of that after a week or so. So that's what we do. We want a ratio of vegetables to fruits, 3-to-2. And we must do some activity. I know when I started the program, my educator said, now do some exercise. I said, read my lips. I said, you know what, I'm 100 pounds overweight. My knees are killing me. I'm not going to do anything until I lose 30 or 40 pounds. That's what I told her. She says, do it anyway. So after about a week or so of going back and forth, I finally climbed 1 flight of stairs. And I called her on the phone. I said, there, I climbed 1 flight of stairs. She goes, now do it again. So the next day I climbed 1 flight of stairs again. As I did again. So then the next day I climbed 2 flights of stairs. You know what? Pretty soon, it was a cold winter that year, I became a stairmaster. I was doing hundreds and hundreds of stairs every single day. And it all started with just that first flight of stairs. So we ask you to do something and start small. Just make it something doable. But by the time you're down 30 pounds, my gosh, you'll just be amazed at how much more you can do. And to lose the most weight, you must stay in the box. Here's a quick chart. One of our clients, Crystal, who lost 236 pounds in the course of 2 years or so, she saw this chart and it was amazed her that those people who stepped outside the box in weeks 1 to 3 over the course of several months didn't lose anywhere near as much as those people who stayed in the box for 19 weeks. They lost the most weight. This person here did not step outside the phase 1 box for 19 plus weeks and lost 68 pounds. So when Crystal, who lost 236 pounds, saw this chart, she made sure she stayed in the box all the way through phase 1. Then we put her into a phase 2 box. So very good. So the sooner you eat out of the box, the sooner you're going to fall apart and unravel. So stick to it. In the box, in the box, in the box at all cost. And here's how much weight you can lose. So it kind of shows, basically, if you have 100 pounds more than the next person to lose, or if they have 100 pounds more to lose than you do, then they're going to lose weight faster than you are. So how much weight you lose depends on your weight. So a person, say a 400-pound man, we would expect him in the course of 4 weeks to lose about 25 pounds. A 300-pound man would lose about 17 pounds, and a 200-pound man would lose about 8 pounds over the course of 4 weeks. So you can see that it drops down. Even females, a lower weight female at 160, we would expect her to lose about 3 pounds. Now, generally, we see more than that. As a because if you're 160, you're pretty active as a rule. So you're actually going to burn more calories through physical activity and lose a pound or more per week. But that's a 4-week average. So gives you some guidelines there. There are some sample entree recipes to try, some combinations, like there's a southwestern beef stew, a super spinach lasagna, some penne tomatoes, lentil soup. Also combining some entrees are amazing. We have a in-the-box crustless pumpkin pie. Actually, I did the program 13 years ago. I've had a slice of this pumpkin pie for almost every single day for the last 13 years. I was born on Thanksgiving, so pumpkin pie was my birthday cake. So I celebrate birthday every day with a piece of pumpkin pie. It's a great recipe. There's another one here right here. It's kind of similar. It's called in-the-box chocolate torte. This is amazing. This is a special treat. Something to look really forward to. So yeah, some good recipes here. Our HMR shakes, there are a million recipes. There's an almond joy shake, a bananas Foster shake, banana split, dreamsicle, cinnamon roll, Heath bar, nutter butter, peach cobbler, pumpkin pie shake, Snickers, very vanilla, Werther's, peppermint patty, all kinds of amazing shake recipes right there. And then for vegetables, we're asking you to get your vegetables in. Here is some, this is done about 10 years ago. I roasted up some vegetables, and here's how I did it. I bought the vegetables, I chopped them all up, and I layered them on the cookie sheet. And I didn't spray the tops of the vegetables, I sprayed the bottom of the pan. And then just kind of layered the vegetables kind of nice and high and kind of baked them in the oven. And made it really easy, because we did this once a week. And then what it did was, we put them all in trays and tubs. Now, when you do vegetable prep like this, make sure that you put your vegetables in the fridge overnight to cool. That way, because if you take it off the countertop at room temperature at 70 degrees, put a lid on it, and then put it in the fridge, it's going to get condensation on the lid. The vegetables are going to get soggy. They're going to lose their flavor, and their shelf life is going to disintegrate greatly. So I always put these in the fridge overnight. First thing in the morning, cover them up, and that way I get a full week out of them or even more. They don't last that long, but if they did, they would last at least a week in the fridge. We want your, by doing food prep, what you're going to get is you're going to get grab and go. So this is my fridge back to 10 years ago. I got watermelon there. I got some corn on the cob. I got all kinds of things up here, cooked vegetables up here. But grab and go. So when you walk out the door in the morning, go to work, just, I want one of these, one of those, two of those. Out the door you go. So grab and go is going to be your key to success. Let's see what else we got. Vegetables, we want you to eat a whole rainbow of colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Get the whole rainbow in white as well. Fill your plate with a rainbow. When you make a salad, make a rainbow. When you serve your dinner, we want a rainbow. And that way you get more nutrients. Here is one of our clients is a chef, Chef Tracy. She put together some really amazing rules for roasting vegetables, a little different than mine. I wasn't cooking mine high enough. I was more baking mine. She's going to roast them at 425. When you do that, that caramelizes them, brings out the flavor. And this is how I do my vegetables now. All kinds of wet vegetables, dry vegetables, how to cook them. No salt spice blends. You got Cajun, chili, curry, lemon basil, nacho seasoning, poultry seasoning, ranch dressing, taco seasoning, all kinds of no spice blends, how you can make it home. Caribbean, Chinese, French, German, Italian, I'll go right down the line. All these different vegetables. Here at Milestone, we also sell an amazing soup in the cafe, and here's a recipe for that vegetable soup. A lot of times, clients, what they'll do is they'll make a big pot of vegetable soup, and then each meal for lunch and dinner, they'll just pour them into a bowl of the soup, and then they'll add an entree to it. So you can add in 16 different entrees. You can add in a different entree to each bowl of soup, and it's a whole different meal, and you got your vegetable built in. So that's a great way to go sometimes. It's a very easy way to go. Some tasty combinations. You can combine entrees like the turkey chili. You can combine with chicken pasta parmesan. Makes like a chili mac. You can take the beef stroganoff and combine it with the beef stew or the beef stroganoff. All kinds of tasty combinations here. This gives you variety. Even in phase 2, if I ate chicken and broccoli every single day for a month, I'd be tired of chicken and broccoli. So we want you to mix things up a little bit. And how to eat out in restaurants, some guidelines there. When the restaurants are back open and running, and then some basic information. There you go. In the back of your binder is also a food order form. For food orders, we ask that you send your food order in advance. You can scan it in, you can take a picture, you can fill it out and take a picture of it with your phone, and then you can email it or text it in. Any way you can get this order to us in the day before or the day of before class would be great. And we also ask that we get your credit card on file, and that way we can have your food already boxed or bagged and ready to go. And you just come, when you come to class, you just come into class, and then on the way out the door, you just grab your food and you're gone. Or, yeah, that's how that works. So thank you much. Hope you enjoyed our little presentation here for a quick start class. And as always, if you have any questions, we're all available by phone or text or email to answer all your questions. That's what we do here. This is our passion. So thank you.